Thank you, Dan. I'm Michelle Ward, a consultant within the Office of Career Technical Education. Over the next 5 minutes, I will be covering the Comprehensive Local Needs Assessment and Local Application Guidebook. This is required under federal law in order to receive federal funding. We worked with our partners in the local education community to simplify it so that all of the federally required elements are covered in Ohio's CLNA process and captured within the worksheets when you enter complete data. The Local Needs Assessment is a valuable tool in service to Ohio's learners and economy, but at a minimum, Perkins law states, to be eligible to receive financial assistance under this part, an eligible recipient shall A. conduct a comprehensive local needs assessment, include the results of the needs assessment in the local application, and B. not less than once every 2 years, update such comprehensive local needs assessment. There are 6 requirements and 9 mandatory elements of the LNA and application that are covered in Ohio's needs assessment process and local application. To assist applicants, we have prepared the CLNA Guidebook. It is located on our webpage and provides a resource for your community to help them understand what the planning process entails. Let's do a brief run-through of the table of contents. The guidebook is structured to lead you through a local planning process, starting with the whys in the first few pages, followed by the who needs to be involved and what data is needed. Pages 9 through 21 really drill down into the hows, as the workbook guides you through the best practice needs assessment process for Perkins. We don't mandate your local process, but following this guidebook will help you provide a final result that is approvable under Perkins law. The guidebook walks you through the needs assessment process, step by step, from stakeholder identification and engagement to data-driven evaluations. Along the way, helpful tips are provided in green boxes. There are 4 appendices that include links to various resources provided by others in the CTE field, tools to generate, public input, sources of information, links to data sources, and communication tools. Our role at the state is to review the local decision-making process and the application as required by federal law. It is your job to document the needs assessment process and submit a plan that flows clearly from that needs assessment. The guidebook walks you through the various required elements of a comprehensive local needs assessment, starting with forming your team and ending with submitting an application. The overall flow and steps required is shown by this graphic on page 4 of the guidebook, and subsequent pages go through, in order, those elements of your local planning and application process to ensure you are documenting a data-driven local plan for providing career technical education. All the elements required by the federal statute are covered by this standardized process, but you will have plenty of room to fine-tune your local plan to fit the needs and opportunities of your community. We aren't going to go through this document page by page. It's fairly self-explanatory, but we do want to point out a few features you will find throughout. You see here, step 2 is identifying stakeholders and developing a stakeholder engagement plan. Please note we have identified 2 groups of stakeholders. 1, stakeholders who will be intimately involved in the work of the plan, usually your staff. And 2, stakeholders required by law to engage at least annually around this plan. Note the tips highlighted in green throughout the document and tools that show you where to go for more information. Perkins has mandatory stakeholders, and to approve your plan, we and you will have to document their engagement. So please, where it states mandatory, understand that these will be elements of plan approval and that we and you will be audited on these elements. Please pay particular attention to these points. Much of what we are required to do is to ensure you are going through a data-driven and informed planning process. Perkins 5 requirements are substantially different from the past.